Hi guys, a little electronic kit I picked up off AliExpress. Electronic soldering simulated firefly flashing robot DIY kit, LED breathing light photosensitive sensor mobile robot part. Yeah, okay. Basically it's a sort of light sensitive thing that don't know whether it moves towards light or away from light. Probably ought to have a little tray to put all the bits in, but we'll try and survive. As usual, the instructions are entirely in Chinese. I have used an online app to translate them, and then I found a different seller that's got them all in English with a complete assembly guide on a PDF. So I'll put a link to that in the video description. What I'm going to rely on at the moment is identifying what's written on the screen print here and going from there. So we'll do the resistors first. Just notice there's something DF19242 written just there. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we've got a couple of photosensitive or photoresistors. A couple of them. Doesn't show it on the picture here, but on the other site, they put them on, make them fairly long, and then put heat shrink over them to shroud them so they just look straight forwards instead of picking up light from the side. So we'll probably do that. There doesn't appear to be a positive or negative on them, so they should be straightforward. The resistors, I've got my meter here so we can measure the resistors rather than trying to interpret the color codes. These little fellas are vibrating motors, I was going to say. They go on the legs. There's two of them. Supposed to bend these down. And depending on which one gets the light, one leg vibrates, which makes it move in one way. Now, the question is, do we put that on? It's got a couple of holes on it indicating you screw it in place, but we haven't got any screws, have we? No, all we've got is one of them to go on there, I would think, and the other one to go on the battery. Although that ought to solder in place, shouldn't it? Well, it's only got one tag in it. Where's the other tag? There it is. Well spotted, Grandad. We'd have been struggling without that. Okay, that's for your CR2032. I was rather hoping... Oh, there is heat shrink. Yeah. It might tell you to put heat shrink on there somewhere in the Chinese. And on the big PDF, it does show using these as if you can make these sort of plug-ended to go on them, or just solder them direct. Yeah. So where's that going to go? I reckon that's going to go underneath. No, it can't be. Because that's your DC voltage just there. Well, that can't possibly go, no. How does that go on? I might have to go and have a look at that PDF, because I can't see any way that that's going to go on. You have to solder wires to it. Yeah, I reckon that goes underneath with one of those pads to hold it in place. And then I reckon that goes underneath that. Again, on another one of those pads. And then you're going to have to... Yeah, you're going to have to look that up, because that looks to me like you've got to solder some wires onto there, because there's nowhere for that to fit. Right, back in a minute. I'll go and have a look at the PDF for a few minutes, just to try and work out how that's going to fit. I suspect one of them on there, and then it's going to go on the bottom of there, and then that's going to go on there like that, I think. I'll go and have a look. Right, I'm pleased to say I am right. So that's the last thing we fit, and it does go on with one of them. I'm just looking at this. That looks like it's got a protective layer on it. Yeah. Right then. Well, we'll just see what we can do. Let's measure a resistor. .9K. I reckon that's going to be the 10K then, isn't it? $10K there, $10K there. 420. I've stuck these down, stop them falling off the table while I'm filming. $421. I bet that's... No, it's 430. Yeah, I reckon that's the ones that are 430 then. $100. $100 down there. Well, there we go. $1.5K, I would say that is. Down here. Yeah. Looks like just one more to go. Should be 3.3, I think, this one. 325, yeah, that's close enough for me. Right, there's my soldering iron ready. You won't be able to see this. Can I push that up a bit, maybe? I think I got all of them. Did I say just now I really would have liked this to have been solar powered? It would have been nice. Although, not very practical really if it's light sensitive. Yeah, forget that idea. Right, so that's stage one, all the resistors. We have eyesight's not good enough. I can just make out that's an 8550. That's 855. That's the 9014, so that's all right. We can work that out. Yeah, old eyesight's struggling nowadays. Yeah, we'll do them. I've got to say, I already said it, the eyesight is struggling nowadays. Let that one drop out, didn't I? Better. It doesn't hurt to double check anyway. Good idea to wear eye shields if you're doing this, because they can fly off. I've got magnets sitting there. I keep using those little magnets for all sorts of things. Let's just clear those ones away. Okay, how are we doing? Capacitor going to go up there. This fella has got to go that way round with a dimple on the top. So that should be able to go in there. Okay, yeah. LED. Longer leg is the positive. Also, it has got a flat side on it if we can find it. Just about. Yeah. Capacitor there. Capacitor's got a grey side on it. You can't even see that. Focus, perhaps, maybe. There we are. Negative where the grey bit is. And the screen print is marked with a grey side on it as well. Come on. There. Right, so the grey edge goes to where the grey bit is. Or the hatched bit, that way round. Oh, switch we could put on, couldn't we? We'll put these on. Doing these in the wrong order now. You're supposed to do them all in the right height so they stay in place without having you to hold them in place. But I've done them in the wrong order. Because if I used a helping hand to hold it in place anyway, make life a little bit easier. Nearly there. Oh, these fellas. And leave them long, sticking right out. I would have thought if you're going to leave them that long, you ought to put a bit of heat shrink on one leg so they can't accidentally short out. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, a bit of a bodge, but it worked. Ha. Yeah. Something like that shows them. Oh. I think I could have made them shorter legs. That'll do for now. Right. That fella has got bent legs. Come on, focus again. Little notch on the top there. Lines up with the notch that's on the top there. Okay, so these fellas, don't really think it makes any difference which way round they go, but I will just go and check. Yeah, I'll go and have a look at the PDF again, see if it does actually show positive and negative. I can't see any indication of positive and negative. Back in a minute. No, doesn't seem to matter which way they go. Again, could do with an extra hand here. I'll pre-tin the ends. Oh, I do believe those got sticky on the back of them. Yeah. Okay. And this one, haha, positive and negative on your CR2032. Let's go and get one. Right, CR2032. Come on again. Focus. Right. Positive, the outer edge. Negative, the inner edge. This keeps going out of focus today. So that means that's the negative and that's the positive. Positive, negative. And that goes in like that. So that means we want red on there, black on there. On the PDF, they've actually shortened that quite a bit to make it fit. We'll leave it full length for now. So, negative, positive. Now here, plus on my right, minus on my left. So I look at it here. So when I turn it over, plus there, minus there. So, double check, yes, plus, minus. So if we put this in, okay. Not a lot happening. No, not feeling any vibration. Let's bring the light closer. Oh, that's as close as I can bring it. Well, the LED is going on and off. But I'm not feeling any vibration. I'm going to have to start playing around with the adjustment. Oh. Well, that's a bit disappointing. I'll stop filming for a while and I'll fiddle around with it, see if we can get it going. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.